say. The seas are streaming and reviewing mods and video games. It says the land in 7 seasons, centuries have passed, until the day a hero named Mariner famous as. Deep dark gaming, we love to play video games. We're playing until the early morning. Deep dark gaming, we explain mods and games. Deep dark gaming, we sell the games and more. As Mariner set off on his quest to who he needed a crew, the navigator joined the ranks and so did Mr. Q. Sailing for adventure, stories and for treasure, we will help you through, so climb aboard and join the crew. Deep dark gaming, we love to play video games. We'll keep playing until the early morning. Deep dark gaming, we explain mods and games. Deep dark gaming, we sell the games and more.
Ahoy, divers! Welcome back to Deep Dive Gaming. I am the Mariner, and we are back for another satisfactory evening of Satisfactory. Ahoy, Twitch! Ahoy, YouTube! Ahoy, Rumble! Ahoy, Mojo! Yeah, I think this is finally running. So I did turn it on last night, and I watched it spool up, and Botrix is late as per the norm, and then I had a whole bunch of problems keeping it running. Like, you might notice these two lights turn yellow and then red on us. Oh, I think, good, we're just down to one factory. There it is. This time it announced itself. But anyways, yeah. The biggest problem I had was 2 or 3 of my factories on this side were constantly shutting off and going back on again. And I investigated, and I found that it was not, the water was not getting back to those particular factories. We did the math, it should have worked, but I think it was a combination of pressure and some other things, I guess. Well, that's the thing, is it's got to build up. So like once this one's at 100, the next one can start collecting. Once that one's full, the next one can start collecting. Until it can start collecting, it only takes in whatever the surplus that was left over from the one before. So it takes a while for that one to get 100, that one to get 100, that one to get 100, all the way around to these final 2. And the final 2 are... So, let me finish my story. So, because this comes into it. So, anyways, we had 6 of these water extractors. That should have been enough to provide the water needed for all of these factories. But for whatever reason, the pressure was not high enough to get the water back along this row to fully run all of these factories. So they were shutting off and on. So I was like, okay, so how do we get the water to the back? I tried pumps, I tried valves so we didn't get any backflow. I tried taking this front water extractor on both sides and routing it to the back. And while that got these running, it was depriving water of a few of these in front. So I tried a whole bunch of different sequences to try and get the water to go across to the backside. What I ended up finally doing, and watch, I can go all the way, I can run across the top of these. Whee! So what I ended up doing was creating one more and routing it, and the scaffolding went away, by the way, and routing it directly to the back end. yeah, there was not enough water flow to feed these consistently. So I ended up having to make one more water extractor and routing it directly back here. Because if I were to like take one of these and have it feed from this side, it would pull water away from the factories over there. So, anyways, let me get over here where I can talk. So anyways, what happened was I finally got this routed over here. Everything looked like it was going fine. And then factories on this side started to die. I'm like, well, what now? Turns out I'd cut off the power to that particular mine. And so these were running on empty. So I had to start that up again. And that's where we are. We're just now getting this spooled up so that it can run consistently. And I'm gonna actually check on this. See, this one I have to run away from the factories, otherwise you can't hear me. So they're still building up. That one I think that I'm pointing at is at 100. This one's only up to like 43 or 45 surplus. These are getting more per minute than before, but until they're able to start accumulating a surplus, they're gonna stop occasionally. The time between stoppages isn't as high as it used to be. I mean, when I first started, it was like on off. Wait. On off. Wait. Makes sense since we didn't make enough factories to begin with, which means the math was... No, the math was correct on the water pumps. What I didn't account for was water pressure. Water pressure is part of the issue. And I couldn't figure out what to do about it. So I just said, fine. I want to move on. We'll put one more pump. And we'll have to come back and check in because this is going to take a while. But if I can get it consistently, it looks nice on the... So if I go over here, 4,150 megawatts of power. Water runs better with less turns, something like that, yeah. So anyways, we'll let that continue to charge up. We'll check in a little bit. In the meantime, I'm going to get industrial manufacturing started. I collected what I needed, except for the cables. That's how it works in real life. Yeah, and this seems to be a simulator to the nth degree. So let's get... Whoa, hello. How are we getting steel? That is not what we want at all. Huh. I mean, it's a good sign we got plenty of iron coming through, I guess. But this should be manufacturing. This should not be steel. This should be something else entirely. Those should be versatile frameworks coming through. So where did we... Sorry. This is my moment. And this is how I work. If I see something that's not coming through proper, I gotta check it out. Half of the fun of Satisfactory is debugging. Yeah, something is happening. Where are we? Surfers. Oh, I think I might have an idea. Nope, that's not it. Oh, I know what's going on. So this guy is picking up steel. He's supposed to be picking up steel from over there, bringing it in here. Oops. Supposed to be dropping it off here, and then it gets sent up through and across and comes out the other side as the versatile framework. Okay. But because he can't drop off all of the steel beams, they're getting dropped off at our main factory. Okay, so, whoops. That's okay. That's fine. We don't mind the overflow of steel beams coming through, getting recycled somewhere. That's what that was, by the way. The thing it was feeding into is a awesome sink. AWESOME, which stands for something. I don't know what. But that's what was happening. And that's, like I said, I don't mind that. What are the blue floatiers? This is the path for the tractor. So I record a route for the tractor, and then I enable autopilot, and it follows the path. And I don't like... I can hide the path if I want, but if I'm afraid that if I hide the path, I forget what the path is, and then get run over. Because I have been run over in this game. Okay, back to what I was doing. Industrial manufacturing. Oh no, am I out? Okay, hang on. Nope, there we go. Yay!
Milestone reached. Manufacturers can receive up to 4 inputs for the production of complex parts, such as computers and heavy modular frames, but most importantly the 2 new project parts. The modular engine and adaptive control unit are essential for the development of Phase 3 of Project Assembly. You are making good progress. The future is starting to look bright.
Alright, so modular engine requires motors, rubber, and smart plating. Fortunately, I have a surplus of smart plating. Ooh, oh. So let me look at that again. Modular engine, how many? We need 500, which will require 1,000 of smart plating. I think I have that stored up from my last. Yeah, I think that's going to make 1,000. 2, 4, 6, 8. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just okay. So we need to figure out where we're going to send these for the manufacturing. Sorry for the sniffles. In fact, I'm going to blow my nose. Be right back. There we go. I can breathe again. Okay, so I think the smart move is going to be to set it up a factory out there to put it together. Oh, tomorrow we should be back on our regular schedule for Stream of Consciousness. Hopefully Turn Death has been able to set up for streaming Final Fantasy XIV. Alright. Let me think about this for just a second. Because we need... We're going to need to set up a manufacturer somewhere. Motors, rubber, smart plating. I think what we should do... Yeah, I think what we should do for now is cease with the shipping of rotors. And I'm going to move this over to here, and we're going to hook up smart plating to this pipe, or to this conveyance, to do ship the smart plating. Let's see, I'm going to drop off. Oops. Need a double stack. Okay. How are you on fuel? Oh, we need to fix it. We're gonna need to get some bio coal going for you. I wish we could find a better source. Or wish we could automate fueling you. Actually, I don't have any resources on me, but I can steal from over here. We'll have to top this off at some point. Apparently I forgot how to drive there for a second. Okay, so now we can take this off. And actually, why don't we just do this? Oh, I don't have the materials to do that. Dope. Ah, tractor's coming back. I'm gonna pause his route, pause him for a minute. Once he gets up here. Disable. I'll dump those over here. So we obviously do not need them. I'll have to fix that somehow. Oh, I know why. That's more efficient anyways. Alright, I need my stuff back. Oh no, I'm out of... I always forget when I store everything that I store my rocket fuel as well. Or my jetpack fuel. Derpity derp derp derp. Right. How are we doing here on this for tickets? 49, okay. Still got a surplus of rotors I should probably get rid of. I can't shift click. Oh, shift and lets me move the entire stack on a single click. That saves time. Nope, I don't have a good merger. Well, I'm not gonna stand here waiting for this to empty. I'll come back and do it another time. You seriously? Yeah. have to quicken those at some point in the future. Right now, I want to worry about making my 500 modular engines. I forgot to ask how you're doing today, Mojo. How are you doing today, Mojo? Whoops, excuse me. We were talking yesterday about ziplining. Here you go. Whee! This food. Alright, so let's put the manufacturer out here a ways. Oh no, I'm out of concrete. I have a fix for that. It's over here. Oh, there it is. Oh no, I need to go back. I forgot to pick up all my stuff. So we'll zip line back. Grab my stuff. Maybe transfer a few more stacks into the recycler. No, I wanted to go this way, you jerk. Ow. Also, we can upgrade these. This is cool though, how you can switch lines. Yeah, if only it would let me pick the line I switch to. Because this is an intersection over here. I should be able to do... I keep forgetting to hit the arrow to see... Nope. Yeah, we got plenty of motors here. So let's extend this out a bit. Sad part is it isn't because food's making me sick, because I have to flush my system of the thing that messed it up. Electrolyte, oh, Arguments can be made for hanging chicken broth. Oops. Come on. Alright. Mixture with chicken broth. Bone broth. Ooh. Oh no, we're out of cables. Fortunately, I have... No, I don't. Oh, I do have wire. I have wire production over here. I can steal some. Oops. From one of these. Whoops. I hate the bounce mechanic. Oh, I have wires already. We can just make some cables. Doesn't even sound appealing. No, no, it doesn't. But free diet. If you needed to diet. Looking for the bright side, okay? Looking for that silver lining. Trying to help. There we go. Manufacturer. Modular engine. Why is it not letting me? Did you always type? Unfortunately, one is trying to kill me. Okay. Route that there. I have some rubber on my person I can use to get it started. Except that is not what we're after. Oh no. I put this together prematurely. Or took it apart prematurely. And slowly replacing dairy products with alternatives and messed up with the heavy whipping cream. So in other words, the whipping was not... The wrong thing got whipped. That's what I'm trying to say. Hmm. Hmm. Trying to decide how to do this. Don't assume that a product line that is known for soy is actually using soy. Hmm. So I'm trying to work out how to do this. Because if I just throw away all those rotors, then motors can't be made to supplement the ones I'm going to be using in this modular to make modular engines. Yeah. It's so tedious, though. What I was thinking about doing that's not gonna work. Let them clear themselves off the conveyor. Might just have to do a second tractor. Just leave this one in place. Do another one for the smart plates. Still need cables. Or need more cables. Okay. Transport. Truck station. I gotta do package fuel. How do I... Why must this be so hard? Why am I running when I can zipline? Alright, let's see if I can remember to hold the button down. See if it'll route me to the other path. Yay, that's how it works. Sweet. Whoops, that's not what we wanted. Things. Yep. Alright, I'm gonna save path. This is gonna be rotor delivery. Start recording. I think I forgot to plug that in. No, it's on. It's set to a load rather than unload. We'll fix that when we get back. Oof. We'll have to delete those particular path points. Enable autopilot. There. You have the transporters running the same amount, alternating. While one is going one way. Yeah. Sort of. The problem is you have to choose different routes for each one, otherwise they will run into each other. Or be very careful with your timing. Oops. What the heck? It's a fly. Must be reacting to something. Or have two routes running parallel to each other. Mayhaps. Actually, I'm gonna have to do a third path to bring the rubber in. Done with supply meet demand at the other end, yeah. Okay. Find out if this is gonna work. There they are. Alright, cool. So I need to cut down some materials so that I can provide fuel for this thing. Timber! Timber! That's new to 1.1, by the way. Not necessarily sold on the necessity for the bushes to also fall over dead, but that'd be good. Yeah, you can be run over and killed by that thing. So don't walk in its path if you can avoid it. Wow, I had an even number of leaves for a change. No leftovers. Wood's another story. The thing you could do is have a transfer station about halfway between the 2 points. Have one pick up from factory and drop at transfer, have the other pick up transfer and drop at factory. Yep. Those are all valid options. Well, once we get the trains unlocked, that helps a lot. I'm gonna have to completely rethink my transportation network. Do you use the midway transport option to because of distance or? Distance, yeah. Well, fortunately in this game, distance is less of an issue. Oh, look, it's making some already for me. Yay! Right, so now we need to, it's not necessary, but it does make travel faster. Really? Interesting. I know from experience that supply does not usually keep up with demand. Also gonna have to try to remember to raid Frenchie. She's playing Detroit Become Human again. I enjoy watching her play through, because she's never played Detroit Become Human before, and I love watching her reactions to the various events. It's still a base question problem with S&D. Alright. So we have to solve wow, this is still draining. It's close enough. Oops, not that one, that one. So what I have here is I have plastic manufacturing and rubber manufacturing. Problem is, I've got my rubber full. So the question then becomes, dang it, I think I'm gonna have to rip this all up and try and do something. Because we're stalled. Cannot produce more. Well, the issue, okay, to break it down for you, these guys here can produce plastic or rubber or other things. Problem is because of the fact that it's oil, there's leftover after processing. So like these guys, there's always heavy oil residue from producing rubber or plastic. Well, that has to go somewhere. What I've been doing up until now has been using the plastic production. It's like using plastic to manufacture canisters. The canisters can take the heavy oil residue, package it into packaged heavy oil residue that I can then send to the recycler. But problem is that the flow of materials to the recycler is not fast enough to keep up with the plastic production. And that's my fault. And I don't have a good solution for it. other than to make larger. Yeah, let's do this. Let's turn these off for now. So once they fill up, they stop producing. Once they stop producing, they stop having residue. Once they have stopped having residue, I can't produce. I can't have residue to package to use the plastic. So it's in a vicious circle. And that's what I was thinking, was just maybe turn it down and only have one making plastic. But I goofed. I don't have enough steel for that. Dang it. Weren't you just making a whole bunch of steel? Yes, but I didn't want to. I don't want to waste time running across the map. Although I guess I may have to. Yeah, there is the dimensional depot option, but it's not set up for steel. I've been kind of old schooling it, seeing what it's like to play without heavy use of the dimensional depot. So I'm only using it in places where the resource it would be too expensive to truck the resources out. Like quartz silica and quartz whatever they're called. So the quartz related products I have not been storing or trucking anywhere. I use the dimensional depot for those things. And then I broke down and did the iron plates and iron rods as well, but I have not set it up for other things like steel. So I'm gonna just have to go get a stack. No, get back up. Yeah. We'll grab two, just for good measure. I'm not gonna have the thrust. Once I get better fuel, I'll have better range, but... Why are you going that way? Ugh. See if I can nail the hypertube. Oh, overshot. Thump. I love the sound that it makes when you go in. Thump. That's got to be jarring and hard to hold on to. Probably. Eventually I'll get hypertube set up the rest of the way to some of those other locations. Because you have hypertube intersections now. Driver ball would be even more fun on the track, yeah. Okay. Ooh. Store all. Oh no, I didn't do that right, did I? That works. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to empty out all of these and then turn back on just one. Also, oops, once this is done, also want to figure out the rubber situation. Just might have to hand transport that one between the two. Got some open inventory slots. I would like to set up something more permanent though. Nope. Conveyor belts do not require power as long as they're hooked up to a source and a destination. Heck, they don't even need to be hooked up to a destination. As long as they're hooked up to a source that's got supply, it'll move product. Alright, yeah, we'll let that run, and I think we're just gonna hand truck some rubber for now. I would like to set up something more permanent because I think we need the motor engines for later phase. Or modular engines for later phase, but I'm shortcutting because I'm impatient. Can't tell if that's even. Looks like it's a bit off. I'm gonna put this back over here. Where did those smart plates go? Oh, they're probably in the... No, they're not in the... Oh, there it is. This is what's called the... I think it's a creative shame or something like that. Because it's... I forget the specific title, but it's... You get one when you... destroy without having enough room in your... There we go. Inventory. don't know if it's the game that gave it a name or if it's someone else. Like another YouTuber is who I heard it from. And I liked it. That's curving into the space of the guy next door. We don't want that. There we go. Need 500 of those. 500 times 15. 7,500 rubber. Ah. I don't think we're gonna have that. So we will need to figure out how to get rubber over from where it's being made to here. We got some major obstacles to doing that. Namely, a huge bay. I think there's enough coast to go around it though. But the issue is that oil is on these islands. So we're gonna have to build ourselves a small bridge. Which is easy as laying down foundations, honestly. Andrew Reeves, ahoy! Once I have trains. I don't have trains yet. Okay, let's take that apart and then I have not done that either. Right now we're focusing on getting the modular engines manufactured. That's gonna need rotated. Okay. Yeah, I'll work on that. I'm trying to get the modular engines done with what I have. Once I get them set up with what I have, I think train rail is actually the next thing to unlock. I have a few computers found from previous explorations, but I don't think it's enough. I have trucks, though. Are trucks faster than tractors? Oh. Forgot about that. Control will transfer all the stacks of a type. That's cool. Just more inventory, okay. Speed ratings in the vehicle specs. I don't know. I suppose while this is grinding away, we can go searching, where we can go check on what's needed for trains. A couple more hypertube entrances. That is not the direction I told you to go. Oops, I was gonna go look at what I need to unlock. What's next on the list anyways? Monorail. Why do I need computers then? This doesn't say I need computers. It says I need things I have made. What were the computers for? I am making modular engines. But, as Andrew points out, push-pull method with the trains is actually more efficient. I don't know, he's not answering. I didn't remember. He recommended exploring for computers to unlock something. I thought it was for trains, but not so much. Well, I guess we'll find out anyway. Cough, cough. Okay, that's 1,000 of those. This is where I make my AI limiters, and I've got them hooked up to storage to Dimensional Depot. So I didn't want to be carrying them on my person, taking up space. Whee! That's how you travel. Flight. Okay, that's 1,000 of them. I really need to get my packaged fuel at some point. Yay. Only need 500 of these. 1, 2, 3. Whoops, overdid it. Actually, let's grab another stack. Electric engine trains take 5 heavy modular. Oh no! I'm gonna have to set up factory just for producing the things to produce the things. Like trains, before I can get things moving. You have to find a site to do that. And computers. Ugh. 5 computers, though. If I only need 2 engines, that's 10 computers. I might have that. Oof. Welcome to SAS Vector. Yes, I know. I'm aware. Where did I stop here? Oh, I was looking for computers. I have modular frames. I might be able to do... Ooh. I might be able to do that, Andrew. put some of this back. You don't automate HMFs yet? What are HMFs? Oh, heavy modular frames, yeah. Trains need tracks, yes. Yes, they do. It's the other reason I was kind of going to hold off on doing that. But someone decided to state an obvious. Tracks are just beams, yeah, probably. Run over here and grab the motors. Oh, I missed him. I was gonna bounce off of him for fun. And I'm gonna move these over to here for now. Because what we'll do is we'll bring in the train, I think, over here and have it deliver the rubber into that one. But this is going, still running. Probably could have done a second manufacturer, come to think of it. These take a full minute to produce. So that's 500 minutes from now just to do just under one factory or one manufacturer. Well, let's do one thing at a time. We were unlocking trains. Whoops, that one. Ooh, I missed my turn. Oh, that's 250 motors, not 50 motors. What am I thinking? Here, let's drop off the ones we got at least. I'm keeping the 45 on me, or that 45 stack. How are you doing? Okay, you're good. Boom. I like the sound of that, but that's not actually what I go by, Andrew. I am, or you can call me the Mariner, after my favorite character in the Fallout 4 game. And I've just started streaming this. I've been playing it for a while, but I just started streaming it. I believe I'll be streaming it again on Wednesday. Wednesday night, Wednesday at 5 o'clock Eastern time. Yes. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, where that one can we... I don't know what's got Mojo and Fitz. I won't say she's my favorite character. She's just the one that best fits the channel. Because I was trying to... Because I thought of the channel name first. And then I needed like a gamer handle or a streaming handle. I needed something that was in line with Deep Dive Gaming. No, I missed my turn again. Dang it. Get back up there. Oh, no. Oof. But yeah, the Mariner in Fallout 4 was like, perfect. That's the perfect name. So I've kind of made it part of the online personality I have. Because it's a nautical themed channel. So I've got, hence the logo, if you can see it. YouTube and Twitch, I use the same logo. So I say ahoy anytime I see someone join the stream.
Milestone reached. Trains are excellent for efficiently moving vast quantities of parts. Train logistics can be made more precise and complex with tools found in the railway signaling milestone. I listen to all my pioneers, often when they're not even aware of it. So due to popular demand, I have added a motivational message. Choo choo mother.
I love that. Let's see, how are we on steel? We're probably gonna need more steel. No, come on, go the right direction. Wouldn't that be considered redundant, Mojo? Having the tricorn on top of the diving helmets? But I do have something one of my viewers gave me. I can get it off the thing. Ta-da! It's a tricorn. It came off. There we go. Boop. Actually, about to eat dinner, but I may log back to watch. I will be gone in 25 minutes because I'm renting a server right now and I'm looking for people to play with. Interesting. Current playthrough on page 4, but I kind of am wanting to start a new game on my server. Have a good night. Fair winds and fun gaming, Andrew. Hope to see you again. If nothing else on Wednesday. But I have a Stream of Consciousness podcast that I do on Tuesday night with Hero and Tear Death from Lagging Out. We talk about gaming stuff. The current topic of discussion is Final Fantasy, specifically Final Fantasy XIV, as part of a series we're doing on Final Fantasy. It's only an hour long, called The Stream of Consciousness. Hope to see you there. But until then, fair winds and fun gaming. Bye-bye. I'll leave the hat on for a little while. I realized I haven't been wearing it, and one of my viewers bought it for me. That might be why she stopped watching. Ouch. Bounced off of that. All right. Whoops. Fell off. Fell off again. Let's fill in the gaps over here. Whoa! I'm gonna turn off the stilts for a few minutes. You know what's interesting, Mojo, is it costs the same to have a 1 meter tall foundation as a 4 meter tall foundation. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But it's not the first game to do that. I think that's far enough for now. Okay, so we need a train station. We need Mr. Bean to move. Shoot, go away. Actually, we need it to be going that way, I believe. And then we need to have a freight platform. Actually, having it point the other way might be a better option. Yes. Where's the input? There it is. Oh, we want out, duh. I'm dumb. I'm just putting these in for decoration. We don't actually need them, but I don't like the... Ah! Conveyor belts. I don't like the conveyor belts to be too long without support. Alright, so... where's the power hookup? Oh, it's over there. Figures. Okay, so that's something first. We have... oh, look, the power solidified. Nice. Okay, so we have, like, say, 1800 megawatts to play with. Why does this not tell me how many watts it needs? Oh, 100 megawatts. Mind the gap. Right there. That's hilarious. Alright, so... boop. Beep. Buffer stop. That used to not be a thing, I don't think. Or it might have been. Oh no, I gotta use the restroom. I don't think I can hold it till the end of the stream, so I will be right back. Where's my... there it is. Move it there.
Set off on his quest to who he needed a crew. The navigator joined the ranks and so did Mr. Q. Sailing for adventure, stories and for treasure. We will help you through, so climb aboard and join the crew. Deep dark ending, we love to play video games. We'll keep playing until the early morning. Deep dark ending, we explain Martin Hayes. Deep dark ending, we sell.
I'm back. I realized I left my mic on. Whoops. Hopefully you didn't hear anything. Okie dokie. So we need an engine. I'm missing rubber and frames. So we need 2 of these in the freight car. So it means we need 40 rubber and 15 modular frames. Might be able to just make the modular frames, but I need the rubber. Yep, I can make plenty. Well, I heard the music good. And I will continue to work on this after the stream. So be sure to tune in on Wednesday to see the result. Oh, we were also he said put a couple more on the front of this to make it go faster. Let's see what happens. We should get at least one train to go back and forth between out there and here. Alright, tally ho. I don't think that worked the way it was supposed to. So I'm not going any faster. Or I'm going marginally faster. Makes me wonder what happens if I go back. I may get stuck in here. We'll see. Can place it with that. Can actually connect. No, I've got to run the. I've got to run the rail between the 2 stations. Because when I actually connect them to each other. Oh, you mean the hypertubes? Duh. That's what I'm wondering. Is I might have needed to actually hook them up. See what happens when I get ejected. Yeah, it's notably slower because I'm going uphill for the first part of it. Yep. There we go. Alright, so what happens? So if we do this instead. Yes, people transfer to. How do you stack them? No, it's off center. Nope. I don't understand what he was talking about. So that'll be for another day. We will be raiding French fried toast as soon as we're done. That'll be good. Did the best they could to make them level, make it level all the way across, but you can see a couple spots where I failed. Okay. Electric locomotive facing that way. Freight, let's see. Where is it? Freight car. Not enough space on track. Oh. Need to lay down some track. There are no modes. I can't make it straight if I want. Or lock it into being straight. Drop the vid feed that might help in your satisfactory page. Okay. I'll look at that after the stream. It's also going to be a headache because I'm going to run foundations all the way down to put the track on. That's going to be a little frustrating. Freight car. Fortunately, this sucker doesn't need fuel, it's electric. So that's going to save effort. And then we will... I think if we do that, it hooks up. Drive. Spacebar. Yes. And this also has timetable. Yeah, it was. I figured it was for the hypertube. So yeah, it's going to take me some hours, I think, to run. I also want to make sure this is unloading. Yeah, it's going to take some hours, I think, to run this down there, hook it up, get everything moving. I think this is as good a place as any to stop. I'll get the concrete and the wire before I head south. It's probably going to be a few dozen trips of going back and forth for materials as well. How much is railway? Railways are steel and pipe. Ugh. Might also be resorting to dimensional depot. We'll decide that in a few minutes. Well, but let me sign off first. Let me set up the raid for French fried toast. Actually, I think, let's see, can we just do... No. Okay, fine. We'll do it the hard way. Raid following. So yes. Until next time, enjoy Satisfactory. Fair winds and fun gaming, y'all. Bye.